Addington.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to commend my colleague on his great speech here this afternoon. He and I work on the Indigenous committee together, and we're right now in the middle of a study on suicide, and we've seen and heard firsthand the crisis that exists in many of our Indigenous communities. And I guess, our government is making a record $8.4 billion investment into Indigenous communities, and as the other colleague has said, $684 million of that's going to go to children and family services on reserves, a significant investment in the future of our Indigenous children. But more importantly is, and as we've heard so many times, it's the long-term stable funding, self-determination, self-governance that really is going to get at the crux of the crisis that exists on First Nations communities. And I guess I would ask my colleague, does he agree that it's the engagement in the nation-to-nation process that will help to get us to that position of self-determination that is really going to, in the long term, provide the solutions necessary for First Nations communities? Thank you.
The honourable member for Thunder Bay, Rainy River.
Well, I'd like to thank my friend for the question. And yes, we do both sit on the Indigenous Affairs Committee. And what we've heard over and over again is that many First Nation communities do not have the stable funding to offer the programs that they need to deliver to make sure some of these problems are solved in the communities. We just had the opportunity to meet with the BC Treaty Commission, I believe 2 days ago. And they've outlined some of the agreements that certain BC First Nations have inked with both the province and the federal government there. Most of them are doing extremely well. They have their own source revenue. They're deciding on their education programs, not being told how they have to deliver programs. And that's the key to ending the dependency that was created by the Indian Act, making sure First Nations have control over their own destiny and not being told what to do.